Welcome back to Andrew Kerr. He's an investigative reporter with the Daily Caller News Foundation. Andrew, thank you for joining me again.
Hey, Samantha, thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, last week we spoke about this nursing home scandal with Governor Andrew Cuomo, and since then there's been a growing bipartisan call for impeaching the New York governor. First and foremost, can you tell us if this seems likely, and what do you expect the impeachment managers to argue?
Right, so the effort is being spearheaded by Democratic Assemblyman Ron Kim from the Queens, and he says he received a pretty nasty phone call from Andrew Cuomo recently after Kim criticized him over allegations that he was hiding nursing home deaths. So Kim has come out and said that it's time to start the impeachment process over what he calls Cuomo's cover-up of nursing home information. So to review how we got here, back in May, May 2020, we reported that the New York State Department of Health had changed the way that it was reporting nursing home deaths. Before May, at the onset of the pandemic, New York was reporting all deaths of nursing home patients, regardless of where the patient died. After early May, they were only reporting patients that died while physically at a nursing home. So if someone contracted the virus at the nursing home, was transferred to the hospital, and then an hour later dies at the hospital, New York was not counting that as a nursing home death. And then the Cuomo administration did not respond, did not provide information to state lawmakers when they were asking for the full scope of nursing home deaths. And I believe it was last week now, the New York Post reported that a top Cuomo aide said that, we kind of froze when the Trump administration started harping on the nursing home situation. And there was a federal Department of Justice inquiry asking them for nursing home data. And the aide allegedly told the lawmakers that, we withheld that data out of fear of the federal prosecutors. So yeah, Kim is coming out and he's saying that, that enough is enough. It's time to start the impeachment process. Another angle to this is Andrew Cuomo granted immunity to nursing homes at the onset of the pandemic for immunity against any potential lawsuits regarding coronavirus. And previous reports from The Guardian and other outlets months ago, they noted that Cuomo has received north of $1 million from healthcare industry groups that have ties with nursing homes. So is there some sort of like monetary connection between these industry groups and pushing Cuomo to grant nursing home immunity? On the other side, though, Andrew Cuomo's infamous order on March 25th, it specifically stated, and I quote, "No resident shall be denied readmission or admission to the nursing home solely based on the confirmed or suspected diagnosis of COVID-19. So if the government's forcing nursing homes to accept coronavirus patients, no ifs, ands, or buts, was Cuomo right to grant immunity to nursing homes because they really had no choice in the matter? I think those are going to be questions that raise if impeachment proceedings go through. So it'll be interesting to see. That conversation has just started. Will impeachment proceedings actually formally begin against Cuomo? Will there be enough support? I think time will tell.
And as you just mentioned, and we even talked about this last week as well, is that, you personally, as well as the Daily Caller News Foundation more broadly, had been reporting on what was going on in New York with these nursing homes months ago, back in April, back in May. But it feels like now people are finally in the media starting to catch up with what exactly happened under the governor's watch. Why do you think the media only started covering it now?
Yeah, better late than never. I don't know. I mean, it was clear as day. We actually compared the reports from April 28th and I believe around May 10th, and the number of deaths dropped by almost 500 from April 28th to 500 deaths almost disappeared from the reports. By just a week later, So it was clear as day what was happening. Better late than never. I fear that the narrative that was in the media at the time was that Trump was an agent of chaos and he wasn't inspiring confidence with his coronavirus press conferences. Trump did suggest he did suggest injecting bleach into whether you want to say it was sarcastic or not, just the fact that Trump was talking about bleach in arms and to combat the virus, that didn't inspire confidence. And on the other end, you have Andrew Cuomo, and he's really good on camera. He has a really good, reassuring voice. If you just listen to the way that he talks, I mean, there's a reason why he was awarded an Emmy for his masterful use of television. But the problem is that, especially surrounding nursing homes, is that he was presenting bad data while bragging about how important it is to present good data and use data to inform good decision making. And so I mean, it's kind of a shame that the media gave him a pass for most of 2020. I'm glad that they're catching up now, and realizing that there certainly was a cover up with the nursing home data, and it's just a shame that it took so long.
So, Andrew, you actually just put out a story on Thursday night about Michigan GOP lawmakers now demanding investigations into Michigan's handling of nursing homes as this scandal in New York continues to unfold. Can you talk a little bit about that and some similarities and differences between the two states?
Yeah, so a group of 8 Republican Michigan lawmakers sent letters to the Michigan Attorney General and the acting U.S. Attorney General, asking investigations into whether Governor Gretchen Whitmer's orders that required, in most cases, or prohibited nursing homes, in most cases, from providing admission to residents who had previously been hospitalized with coronavirus, inflated the known death toll in Michigan nursing homes. So some 5,500 of the 16,000 deaths in Michigan have been in nursing homes. So about a third. And the lawmaker that spearheaded the effort told us in a statement that there's too many similarities between what happened in New York and what's happening here in Michigan to not open an investigation. There are some key differences, though, between the order that Andrew Cuomo's government administration put out for nursing homes and what Michigan put out. So Gretchen Whitmer's orders did contain some noteworthy exemptions. For example, the order stated that Michigan nursing homes were only to accept patients previously hospitalized with the virus if they're operating at 80% below capacity and they had an isolation unit dedicated to caring for those patients. And nursing homes that did not meet those requirements had to send COVID positive patients to a regional hub or a hospital in the state with available bed capacity. So there are similarities, but there are key differences. And there are actually at least 14 states, some Democrat and some Republican, that issued similar guidance. Kentucky, Utah, and Arizona, for example, they issued guidance relating to nursing homes accepting COVID patients. So it would be interesting to see how it plays out. Cuomo's under a considerable amount of scrutiny for underreporting his nursing home deaths and the order that critics are saying led to an inflated death toll in nursing homes. And you have these other orders that states issued as well that contain similar language, but did they like Michigan? Did they contain exemptions to where it wasn't just a blanket policy? You must accept the COVID patients. No exceptions. So we'll see. The Michigan lawmakers also alleged that there could be some underreporting issues as well. They're saying that there could be discrepancies caused by nursing homes in Michigan that accepted somebody that was already positive with coronavirus, whether that was counted in the reporting versus if the nursing home somebody contracts coronavirus in the nursing home and then that gets added to the case totals. So that warrants some follow-up for sure, but that's what the GOP lawmakers are alleging, and they're demanding investigations into that. you may see some other states, try to get in on the action here with nursing homes.
It's a horrible thing that happened, and of course we'll have to see how it plays out and whether or not this impeachment does happen, whether the federal investigation that's going on actually amounts to anything. And as usual, I'd love to have you back on to talk about that. Andrew Kerr of the Daily Caller News Foundation, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks.